Welcome to the 2023 iteration of the GIEQs Upskilling and Colonoscopy course. So what we'd like to do in these courses is talk about expectations. So we want to know a little bit from you about what you want to get out of this course, what you're expecting. We have already had an off-camera discussion about my expectations and how the practical aspects will go, but we will discuss that quickly again when we meet the English faculty. And I want to also hear from you if there's one thing about colonoscopy that you want to improve today or something you want to get out of today, then please tell us what it is so that we can make the course a bit tailored around you. And we would also, as a starting point, want to know your where you're at, how many procedures you've done, how long you've been training for. So why don't we start? Please introduce yourselves and tell us where you're at and your expectations and what you want to get out of today. You can start.
Okay. Never.
Okay.
Ever.
All right.
I do colonoscopy 1 or 2 afternoons a week. Then gastroscopy 2 mornings a week. Then first was just looking and pulling back, and now I start to try to do the whole colonoscopy, but I still struggle a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the parts that I find the most difficult at my where I am now is the loops. I really don't see what I'm doing. I really don't feel what I'm doing. And then the supervisor asked me, "Where are you now in the colon?" And I'm like,
I have got no idea.
I have no idea where
Okay.
I am.
Sorry.
And do you have a loop? And I think I have a loop, but I don't really know.
And so what you're saying makes it very clear to me that you don't have an imaging device for the scope, right? So you don't have a positional imager. Okay, so today you will have, it will be obvious to you if you have a loop or not. It may not be obvious which loop that you have, and that is part of what you're going to get out of today. And because we know that all of you, I think, don't use routinely, or the hospital that you're working in doesn't routinely have the imager, we will give you tips to convert what you see today into a situation where you don't have it. All right.
Yeah, and then also the polyps. It's like Delphine. I want to go to the polyp, but yeah.
But the problem is, how are you going to ever do polypectomy if you can't even do basic colonoscopy? So she is more advanced in her gastroenterology training than the others. But she has done about a similar amount of endoscopy, and that speaks to the system in Italy, just like it is in the UK, where you're having to cover general medicine and clinic and everything else, as well as endoscopy. And in Belgium, that's not the case, and that is the reason why I see people progress a lot faster here than I do in other countries. So she's done about 50 colonoscopies, but big challenge for you guys. She has been using the 2 hands on the handle technique with the nurse inserting, until she came to Ghent. So she started in Ghent about a month ago now, and since then she's done about 10 colonoscopies in the Anderson-Valori approach. And the other 50 that she's done have been 2 hands. She recognizes the benefits. She's a GIEQs fanatic, John and Roland. She has probably watched more videos on GIEQs than anybody else, and that's spoken to by the stats of the platform. So she really knows what she's talking about in terms of theory, and you should drill down on it, because I suspect you'll find a depth of knowledge which is unparalleled in a person who has done 52 hands colonoscopies. But she needs practical advice in the live endoscopy environment. And indeed, in particular, she wants tips on applying all that theory that she knows into practice.